Syria is no longer under Bashar al-Assad. His fall last year has redrawn the Middle East's balance of power. With Assad now living in Moscow under Russian asylum, a new Syrian leadership under Ahmed Al-Sharaa has emerged, one that Washington, Tel Aviv, and the Gulf capitals see as a bridge to reshape the region's security map. The Kremlin has turned Assad's asylum into leverage. Putin has reopened formal diplomatic channels with Damascus, recently hosting Al-Sharaa at the Kremlin in a high-profile visit that signaled Russia's intent to stay central in post-Assad Syria. Moscow's bases at Tartus and Hmeimim remain active, though scaled down enough to project power and remind the world that Russia hasn't left. President Donald Trump first met Ahmed Al-Sharaa quietly during his Saudi visit, where the two discussed sanctions, relief, and post-war stabilization. That meeting marked Washington's re-entry into Syria's political orbit, setting the stage for a deeper, strategic partnership that could reshape the conflict's endgame. Now, in a historic first, Al-Sharaa will visit the White House, becoming the first Syrian president ever hosted in Washington. It's a signal to both Moscow and Tehran. The US is back in Syria, not through invasion, but diplomacy and direct leverage. Multiple intelligence reports now confirm that the United States plans to set up a limited military base at Damascus's Mezzeh Air Base. It would be the first US presence inside the Syrian capital in over a decade, reportedly part of a joint Syria-Israel security understanding to contain Iranian influence in the south and stabilize border zones near the Golan Heights. The Kremlin has condemned the US move, calling it a direct attempt to rewrite Syria's sovereignty. With Russian units still stationed at Tartus, the possibility of US and Russian soldiers operating in the same theater is raising alarm bells. Moscow insists any US deployment without UN coordination risks confrontation. Syria is turning into the world's most crowded geopolitical hotspot. Russia holds the coast. Israel dominates the Golan. US is entering Damascus. Iran's militias control southern towns. Gulf monarchies are pouring in reconstruction funds, and even Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky has met Al-Sharaa, signaling Kiev's alignment with the Western-backed order. The confrontation is no longer theoretical. Trump and Putin now find themselves in the same war zone, backing opposing networks of influence. For Trump, the goal is deterrence and control. For Putin, it's legacy and survival. Syria has become the latest collision ground between Washington and Moscow, a modern replay of Cold War lines drawn in Middle Eastern sand. From the ashes of civil war, Syria has transformed into the new front line between East and West. The US seeks to stabilize. Russia aims to reclaim. Every power, from Israel to Iran, from Riyadh to Brussels, now wants a piece of the Syrian reset. As both Trump and Putin dig in, the world watches a new fault line form, one that could decide the balance of power in the Middle East for years to come.